I still have a temper, but I don't walk around just angry.
Yeah.
Which has been this big lift for my wife, I hope. Because I was not easy to deal. Enough with your fucking personal shit. I can tell you, well, for sure. Jeez. No. He said that a little too quick.
Welcome to your mom's house.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Sattva. Go to sattva.com/theshit to get $200 off your next order.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Stamps.com. This summer is showing welcoming signs of a more normal life ahead. Finally, you can get back to enjoying life's little pleasures like smiling at your neighbor, seeing a movie, and going to the post office? No. Okay, some parts of normal life are not that great. But with Stamps.com, you can skip trips to the post office and save on postage, mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your computer, send letters, ship packages, and pay less, a lot less. With discounted rates from USPS and UPS, Stamps.com saves businesses thousands of hours and tons of money every year. We've been using Stamps.com now for a decade. It's wild to think about that. It was from back in our Silver Lake days, shipping packages right out of our own apartment. Stop wasting time going to the post office and going to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. With our promo code MOM, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in MOM. That's Stamps.com. Enter the promo code MOM. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
What's up there, Chomo?
Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of Your Mom's House. I'm Tommy Buns, and with me as always is my co-host, Christine. All right. And joining us live via, let's call it a satellite, it's Christina P in Austin, Texas.
Hey, Christina.
How you doing?
Hi, Mommy.
Yeah.
Your booty look like some cornflake, guy.
Huh? Yeah?
I like that. You know what I really like is that you match the blow-up doll to the shirt that I'm wearing today. I don't know if that was intentional.
That's
Thank
of course
you.
That's intentional. Of course that's intentional.
Let me put my tongue in your ass.
It's pretty good. How you doing?
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. You know what? I
doing
got a
good.
weather update.
I'm doing good. How's the weather how's the weather in Texas today? How's the weather going?
Well, y'all, I just
Well,
want to tell you.
You think it's hot and it's going to get real hot.
This morning I woke up. It was so hot, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And then the clouds came out, y'all. And now it's raining. So that's different.
Real different. So I want to recap. So
Yeah, go ahead.
So the day started hot
Yeah,
and then it got cloudy
that's right. That's what
and
I
then it
said.
started raining.
That's right.
And then pretty soon it'll probably stop raining.
Well, Tom, are you a psychic? Do you have
I'm a
crystal ball?
meteorologist, actually, because who else would be able to put that together?
Well, I tell you, this rain, I mean, when's it going to stop? And then people have to talk about when the rain's going to stop.
I
That's
know.
another huge issue.
It's a big one.
And it's not even that paralyzing. Like, it's lovely. It's like a tropical rain.
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
It was cool. It was the highlight of my day. And then the highlight of our weekend was that our older son, Ellis, befriended a frog.
I cannot believe this.
Listen,
There's
I know I
always, because
sound
there
like
was
an
always that kid.
idiot.
There was always that kid that was like, I'll pick up that fucking lizard. And you're like, what? Like, there's always that one kid when you're a kid who will just
Yep.
pick up animals. And you're like, whoa.
I'm like,
And that's our kid now.
yeah. Fucking
Our
Eric
kid's
just
that
picks
kid.
that up with his hand. Yeah.
You're
He's
FaceTiming me
that
and I'm
kid.
like, what are you doing? He's like, this is my pet, my frog. You like it, Tom? I'm like, yeah, it's great.
It's rad. I mean, he just found it
I couldn't
outside,
believe it.
And now we have a pet frog. And now he sprays it. Goes, you got to water the frog. Got to give warm water. That's what they like.
What about food? Doesn't it have to eat?
Well, so now so we caught flies. We've been catching flies in the house.
How do you
Thankfully, there's
catch
a lot of them. Well, our nanny Claudia, she grew up in Guatemala.
Mhm.
And she did it as a kid all the time because they used to catch frogs too. So she just goes like this. She catches them with her hand. She goes, I caught the frog. And
The
then,
fly.
I caught the fly. And then we put the fly in the box. and that's it. And then Froggy eats the fly. It's the best thing ever.
Oh my God.
Can I tell you how
this is what happens when I'm gone?
It's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
45 years old. And it's the first time I've held a frog.
Amazing.
Like in the wild. Have you ever held a frog before?
I have held a frog. Yeah. I didn't tell you this, but the other night I got up and they were doing construction in my office. Right. So there's all the stuff everywhere. And I walk out to that area and I was about to go back in the bedroom and I saw a little frog, a baby frog hopping. So at first you're like, oh, I was like, oh, I got to get this frog. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I don't care. And then I just walked away. I was like, just let that frog live here.
And here's a neat addendum to your story.
Okay.
In my bathroom here in the studio, I went the other day and I saw a tiny dead frog on my floor.
That's the frog.
That's the frog. It came full circle.
So I let it live and yet it died.
And then it died.
And I'm going to guess that Bitsy killed it there.
Oh, Bitsy went wild when she saw the frog. She started frothing at the mouth and stuff. And then Ellis ripped the frog out of her mouth. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we have snakes too. We saw a snake in the backyard. It is just wild out here, y'all.
Let me just tell you this right now. When I come home, I don't want to have a pet snake. Okay? Let's just make that a rule.
Ellis is talking about getting 2 frogs now. He goes, it'd be great, Mom, another frog.
Yeah,
he wants 2.
Well, then it'll be 3 and then 4. Yeah, it's just going to keep going.
Wild Kingdom.
You got to tell him next time he wants to hold a frog.
We gonna use your booty.
We're going to use our booties to grab one.
What is going on with you and Unc Shine today?
We got to play the opening clip. You ready for the clip, Gene?
You know what it is? I think it's that you haven't sniffed my booty in a while.
It's pretty true.
And can I tell you, since my accident, I haven't really had horny vibes yet.
Yeah, I didn't have horny vibes for a while. And then I come to the office and I'm like,
y'all know what's a banana split?
I think it's being around all these dudes. All these dudes get me all worked up.
Getting so horny, huh?
Well, here's a horny clip to get the show started. Here you go.
I kind of like the way this looks. What do you guys think? The biggest question is, any girls out there want to sit on my face?
This shit is big time.
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina P.
welcome to your mom's house.
Any girls out there want to sit on my face?
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah.
There's a great thing, like a meme on the internet. It's of a guy in like a 70s. It's in the 70s. He got a tight shirt on. It says, "I may not go down in history, but I went down on your sister."
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the beginning of the Cool Guy Club. That was the genesis.
Yeah, that was the
mustache rides.
That guy was the Thomas Jefferson of the Cool Guy Club. One of the founding members for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
that's
pretty cool. I mean, this guy's doing the old just put it out there. Put it out there, just see what happens.
And can I tell you though, and in all sincerity, is that if that were Ryan Gosling,
yeah, he'd be like,
you bet
all right,
I'm taking that offer.
Yeah.
You bet I'm taking it. If that were Brad Pitt, yeah. It's never the Brad Pitts or the Ryan Goslings that are making the offers that way.
Yeah, because the guys that say this are not those guys. See, the two don't ever meet. It never meets up. Because Gosling and Pitts and the men who have that of those genetics, they don't go like, are there any women that want to sit? Like, they don't have to ask.
Right.
Girls
it's like
are constantly like, excuse me. Can I sit on your face? Yeah. Yeah. So
right. It's like the Venn diagram circles never overlap.
Yeah, there's no overlap. It's like
two separate pools.
Guys who ask, do you need to sit on your face? Guys who look like Brad Pitt and Ryan Gosling. And it's like, yeah, they just never cross over.
What do you think? Because like the Leonardo DiCaprios, the Brad Pitts, the Ryan Goslings, like it rains pussy all day on those dudes.
Mm-hmm.
What would it even be like if they had to solicit? Like, what do you?
Well, their game probably gets real weak. Yeah, for sure. Over time. Like there was a time when, the Zac Efron, Pitts and stuff where they were not famous, but they were really good looking guys. So they probably had, they had to put work some charm, but they probably, a lot came to them pretty easily. And then they got famous. So if you're really good looking and famous and you get wealthy, I mean, there is no try anymore. So I bet you if you were like, oh, you have to, now you got to try, I don't think they would actually remember how to try.
Oh my God.
Don't you think?
I know, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
They forget like the effort you would put into it. Or like, when you're a guy, you're trying to get laid, you're like, you have like this almost like level of focus, right? Where you're like, you have to like be in the moment. You're trying your best and your personality, your joke, whatever. You're like, you're really attentive to trying this to impress the girl. And then, it either works or it doesn't. But those guys, they're like, I don't even know what that function feels like. Like they just sit back.
It's like a lion. It's like a lion that hasn't had to catch its own food.
Absolutely.
Do they turn into sad zoo lions or zoo animals? When you take away that hunter instinct from animals, how they just kind of lay around and get sad.
They are. Well, I don't know if they're sad because their dicks are always getting sucked on, but I feel like they're like lions that are laying around with empty balls. Like, oh, there's no jizz left in my balls because it keeps getting drained.
Well, then aren't you lucky that you have a consistent monogamous relationship where your balls get super full and then I drain them and then they get full and you get angry and agitated and motivated and then they get empty. I keep you on this treadmill of excitement, roller coaster.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
When will I get laid?
Yeah.
When I randomize when it happens lately because of my injury. I used to be every 72 hours. Now I've got you on like,
what'll happen next? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is that I have another surgery coming up. So then that'll put another, wrench in the whole thing and we'll see what'll happen next.
How long do you think that will make your dick not hard for?
Definitely a week, at least. At least. It's not as major, but it could be, I was told that you're going to be resting. You're going to want some rest. So, they're cutting my arm open. So, it's a good thing I have a second hand so I can still J it. But Thank
God. And thank God for that. Do you say that to your surgeon? You're like,
well, he brought it up. He brought it up. He was like, you can still jerk off, I was like, okay, cool. He's like, it's really important that you understand that. I go, no, I understand. Yeah.
Do you think there are people that come out of like ankle surgery like I had or your type of surgery and their first inclination is to masturbate in the hospital when they're in recovery? And they're like, whoa, you can't do that.
For sure that's happened. For sure someone's been jerking off in recovery and they're like, what are you doing? They're like, I'm just trying to relax. Just had surgery, man. And like all defiant about it. What the fuck's your problem?
Yeah, they're like, the anesthesia is barely worn off.
I know, man. I'm trying to go back to sleep. Can I get some more anesthesia?
Like all the nurses are walking by and visitors and stuff. And they're like, I got to.
Yeah.
I got to. This is what I need right now.
I'm sure every nursing staff has a story about somebody masturbating that they had to tell to stop masturbating. Everybody. And yeah, probably, what's it called? Flashing and.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for sure. They also don't forget, nurses and medical staff don't just deal with certain segments of the public. They deal with all the public. So they deal with mentally ill people and schizophrenics and, deviants and everything. Some people's biggest kink is to be in the medical world. Like that's the thing that arouses a lot of people, I'm sure. That's a kink,
Can I tell you, I was thinking that I was worried about that today, actually. I was like, what if my PT guy is a secret foot fetishist?
Mm-hmm.
And this whole time he's just like got this raging boner because he's like, working out the soft tissue. And then he's like, yeah, look at her pedicure today. And I was like, oh no, like what if?
But wait, why is that bad?
Because he's my PT guy and I trust him.
Yeah, but he's still doing
not.
the PT. So what if he just goes in the car and he jerks off in our driveway? So what?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought
And
about.
we just,
like,
and if I were to catch him, I'd be like, what are you doing? He'd be like, I just finished PT and I'm so worked up. I'd be like, that's all right. Just don't do it in the house, man. For sure, there's PTs out there that are doing that. For sure.
It's like they're so into like feet or broken
whatever.
feet or something.
Just whatever body part. Yeah. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, but the feet one for sure. You're like, oh, fuck. God,
I
my dick's
know.
so
And
hard
like
right now.
Yeah.
And then like you
And, like,
accidentally
my wound
catch it.
is
You're
open.
like, you're like, what? And you don't know how to say it. And you're like, I just noticed something. And he's like, what? And then he places your foot against his crotch. And he's like, this is a special healing technique I learned in Thailand. And he's like, oh. And he's like, oh God. It wouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
What if it worked? What if it actually healed you? Then would you be complaining?
Then I would let, he's like, I have this healing property to my semen. It'll heal your wound faster. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Anything.
Yeah.
I've got this big open gash on my ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love for it to close up.
There you go.
Would you let your PT do that? If it was a man, he's like, if I ejaculate on the wound, it'll get healed up faster.
Well, if he said it, I would know that he's lying.
How do you know?
Because
Maybe
I know.
he does have a magic semen.
No, see, I know that that's something that guys say. I've said it a few times myself. Okay? But if there was some way to scientifically prove that it worked, yes, he could come all over me. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he was going to heal me with his jizz, I would, yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah, I'd let him. I'd be like, whatever. Just don't come back, though. Like, I wouldn't be able to see him again.
Oh, you'd be like, this is our last session?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. So if you're thinking of considering it,
That's not gonna
it's definitely not
I
going to work.
was, Tom. I was hoping. I was hopeful.
Yeah. That was an accident. Just relax.
Ugh. That was so meaty. What did you guys have for lunch?
I actually had a salad. I think the boys will verify it.
What I want to basically what I'm getting at is what did Nadavi is really.
I think
the
he ate
main
relatively
question.
healthy today.
Yeah, I had also a salad, and I will not be taking it home in a garbage bag this time.
There you go. Everybody was a good boy today for lunch. They all ate
Oh,
real
that's
healthy.
disappointing. I like watching people go off the rails. My favorite is when you guys order like the Italian subs and then you all get sick after. I like that.
Oh yeah,
one.
there was that. That's the place that Steve Simone recommended, and he
Yes.
was like, "Get the short rib sandwich," and we all got it. And we're like, ugh. I never felt more sick here in my life. It was decadent. It was great, but it was so heavy. Oh my God, I think I shit for 3 days.
You're going to shit for 3 days, man.
Yeah, for 3 days, my baby. Oh yeah.
You know, I got the high cholesterol. I can't have that.
The high
stuff now.
cholesterol.
I have the high cholesterol, my doctor says.
Yeah.
So I can't have any kind of short brisket. And I'm bummed. I gotta watch my processed meat intake.
Got to be careful.
Yeah. He goes, I like to have barbecue. He goes, well, don't have the sausage. You can have the brisket. I'm like, fuck a brisket.
Brisket's delicious.
Yeah, but I want the ribs, man. I want the pork ribs.
Okay. But just don't have the
Whatever.
sausage, he says.
Don't have the sausage, he says.
All right.
Don't have the sausage.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Brooke Linen. Have you ever said to yourself, I love the fact that I've had the same few pairs of sheets since just after college, and I never liked them, but I just keep washing them every week or two and putting them back on the bed like it's totally normal? Well, stop it. Brooke Linen can make that voice in your head and the bad sheets on your bed go away. Brooke Linen was started to create beautiful, high-quality home essentials that don't cost an arm and a leg, and people, what a success. Brooke Linen works directly with manufacturers to make luxury available directly to you without luxury level markups. So you get their amazing array of products at a reasonable price. We've been getting Brooke Linen products for a while now, and they are fantastic. We sleep on Brooke Linen sheets, and I fully endorse them. So give yourself the comfort refresh you deserve and get it for less at Brooke Linen. Go to brookelinen.com, use the promo code HOUSE to get $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Enter the promo code HOUSE for $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brookelinen.com, promo code HOUSE.
Ooh, Best Fiends. I've been a fan for a long time and I am still down this rabbit hole. I love playing Best Fiends. I do it a lot when I'm in airports or on the airplane because it's easy. You don't have to be connected to the internet to do it. I love the levels. I love the sounds. I love the level of challenge that the game is. Like, it's not too hard where you're annoyed. It's not too easy where there's nothing to figure out how to level up. It is so much fun. And now my older boy, my 5-year-old boy, is into it. And we love the slugs and all the stuff. It's free to download. And it has over 100 million downloads right now. So it is so much fun. Download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R. Best Fiends. Try it out. Hey, by the way, I'd like to defend Enny. I know he's not there, but I know everybody's criticizing the way he takes a dump. I have to say I'm pro Enny's dump pattern where he stands on top of the toilet. That's just how like the whole Eastern world takes a shit, guys.
Okay. Well, you're on your own on that one. I think
it's healthier for you to squat like that. It's better for you.
Here.
Hey everybody, this is Brett. And even though I'm on the road and I don't have my squatting platform, I'm still squatting because it's so important. And it's just like chewing food before you swallow for me now. I just do it because it's the natural way to do it. And so today I'm going to show you how to squat directly on the toilet because I don't have a squatting platform. So basically what you do is put one foot up there like that.
This is how Enny does it.
I put my hand on something like that. Usually I'll have two hands free, but today I don't. Today I'm going to put my right hand on there like that. And then lift my foot on there like that. It's harder to do with one hand. But now that I'm on there, I am hands free, perched on the toilet like that. So it's not that difficult for me. For some of you, it might be somewhat difficult because you're overweight or whatever, but when you get into this position, you just naturally want to poo because there's a muscle in there that's released that's always contracted when you're not in this position. And until you get fully...
Are you willing to try this?
I am, but not on a Western toilet. I don't know if you've been, when you were
Are we going to remove a toilet from our house?
Yeah. When you were in Asia, did you ever go to the bathroom on one of those Eastern style toilets where like they have the foot things on the bottom?
No.
Dude, it's so easy. I think it's so much better for you.
No, I stayed.
I think this is dangerous how he's doing it, perching on top of the toilet.
It's somewhat dangerous for sure.
Like, I hope he falls and cracks his fucking head open on the side there.
Hey.
Well, because this is stupid. He needs to get an Eastern style toilet.
Well, let's not hope that he gets hurt. I mean, what's your problem, lady?
I don't like that he's fat shaming. He's like, well, it's probably because you're fat that you can't get up here like me.
That's true. He answers a few questions I hear here. Hold on.
For those of you that were wondering, yes, you take off all your pants and your underwear completely.
Who thought that you didn't?
No shit.
And yes, I do this in convenience stores, grocery stores, restaurants, anywhere else. I always squat directly on the toilet.
I'm an asshole.
So thanks again for joining me. Bye.
Okay. All right.
But see, now he's putting his dirty footprints all over the toilet where other people sit, and that's not cool.
True. That is very true. I still can't believe that Enny does this though. As many times as I've heard it, like I'll see him, I'm like, "Hey man," and then it'll hit me, and I'm just can't believe it. Well, I guess I can't believe more that this is more believable than the fact that he holds it for so long. You know.
Did he learn this from like a Cambodian grandfather or someone taught him this?
I've asked.
And?
He said self-taught.
Self-taught. And what is the trauma again for why he holds it? What happened when I know he said it.
I think his mom told him to hurry up one time, and then that imprinted. I kind of forget the exact story, but it's something like that.
Mm.
How much money would you need to get where just for the rest of your life you have to shit like that in private and in public?
Come on.
But can I get an Eastern style toilet? It's much easier.
No, it has to be normal American toilet.
Oh, that's the hard part. I mean, I couldn't shit now because my meat's thick.
Could you do me a favor? Could you take it back that you want him to crack his head open?
Why?
This poor man who's just showing us how he poos.
Well, I don't like his attitude. He's very condescending about it. Like, well, if you can't do this,
okay,
because you're a great big fatso, and I do this everywhere.
We each choose who we want to be, and you want this man to get hurt.
Well, I don't want him doing it at convenience stores and in public because people sit on those toilets, and then he's putting his dirty ass shoes on there. It's very inconsiderate of others, I find.
Okay.
Would you shit like that if I gave you the right toilet?
Babe, I'll try this. I'll try this on our toilet.
Do you know that my Indian stepfather, when he came to America,
he did this,
was shitting like this until his roommate in Van Nuys in the Valley caught him and was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So someone had to teach him not to shit like that.
I bet it becomes kind of addictive though, because
I bet it feels great.
Yeah, because it just, like your design. We used to shit into the ground like that, just full squat. So I bet you when you do it, you're like, oh, that was way easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah.
Well, they say giving birth like this is supposed to be better as well. It makes
Try
sense.
that. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that next?
I couldn't hold myself up. Oh my God.
Try it next year.
Do you think when you're having a bout of diarrhea and you're squatting, it'd probably be easier cleanup for you? Probably feel a lot better.
Maybe.
Would you try it?
Oh man, I don't know. I have diarrhea so much. I guess I would try it. I bet it just comes out all at once. There's no waves of it. Yeah.
Effortless.
It's just like opening a sink. Just kind of fills right up. Ooh. Just talking about it makes me want to have diarrhea. All right.
I want to have diarrhea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can help you with that. You want some diarrhea?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Oh, okay. You're cute.
Thanks.
I can't wait to go swimming and walk on this fucking foot. I'm starting to get restless now. I'm on week 5 of my recovery. Week 6, I get to go to the doctor and get x-rayed.
Gene, did we play the clip of Charles getting recognized?
No, let's do that. That's
I have
fun.
That. So, yeah, for people that don't know, I'm trying to find.
That was a good moment.
That was amazing, right? This was sent.
That's such a good moment. Such a good YMH family moment.
Yeah. So everybody, you remember Charles.
What's going on? It's Charles.
He
just wanted to do a video instead of a text or a phone call.
So, he put out the famous video on Match where he sent a girl a video instead of a call. Instead of a text.
Call or text.
And he showed her his office and all this. And then he was like, I'll meet you at Lily's.
Oh, say around 8 o'clock, 8:15.
And we played that clip. And eventually Charles came on the podcast. And he's been a great sport, especially on Instagram. Like, he really leaned into it, took ownership of it. And fans love him. And they're always commenting. He does real estate in New York. And he'll, do a tour like for his business, and it'll be full of YMH fans, but they're all like very supportive of him. And then we were sent this video, Gene, of him out to lunch, I think with his mother and maybe a sibling or something. And he gets recognized by the server and is thrilled to meet him. And it's pretty cute.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was like,
You're like, no I recognize this guy. And I'm like, I'm not famous.
Yes,
He's
you
like,
are.
it's from a podcast.
Mom.
That's his mom.
Hey, come on, man. What's up? I love this thing.
That's sweet. If his mom knew what podcast it was, she'd be like, "Oh God."
I love it.
Everybody else thinks he's actually famous.
Yo, this is dope. That's funny.
What was the best part of Charles's date story?
I want to say, just, I'm taking care of you for sure, dude. Don't be sure. Oh, man. That's awesome.
How cool is that?
Yay,
That was
I
pretty
love
sweet.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Charles. I love that in our world, it's so specific.
Yeah.
That somebody who was featured on our show is now like YMH famous and like made
great.
some other dudes shift, you know? to
That's pretty
see
great.
Charles.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
He's the best, dude.
Charles, we love you.
Yes.
So glad
Oh.
that happened. And that guy did it. He's like, ah.
I want to say,
Yeah, I get tagged and people standing in front of Lily's, you know, and
Yeah.
even our agent did that. Our agent went down there and he was like, "Guess where I'm at today?" Lily's. It's pretty funny.
I wonder if Lily's business has increased
Oh,
due
boy.
to our whole enterprise here.
But it's always just at 8 or 8:15. They're like, we cannot seat everybody at 8 or 8:15.
Oh, say around 8 o'clock, 8:15.
Oh my God. If I were on a dating app, I would put that. I'd be like, see you at Lily's at 8 or 8:15.
Yeah.
And if someone was like, yeah, I'm down.
Yep. It'd be great.
That would be a good first date if you both liked YMH.
We've been tagged in things where people they want YMH dating apps, you know, they want to date people that listen to this show. It's pretty.
I think that would be a great idea.
It would be, yeah. It would be. Yeah.
Find your genes there.
What you gonna do with the rest of your day, Gene, over in ATX? Keep watching the
Gosh,
weather, or just see how it
I gotta
changes?
do weather reports.
See if it stops raining. Has it stopped raining yet, or is it still raining?
What's going on?
We
What's
had
all
lunch.
the burping?
We had lunch, drinking a carbonated drink. It happens. This is life.
Yeah, but you wake up and you belch. You'll just wake up out of dead slumber and go. I'm like, well, you didn't even drink anything. Nothing's happened in your day, and you're already ripping.
It happens in life. You know, this is just how life goes.
Does not just happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen is I'm gonna go have dinner with the kiddos, and then I'm gonna try to get them to go to sleep and threaten our youngest to make sure he stays in his crib, you know, all night.
Sure.
Because that fool ruined like a week of our sleep coming out of bed. And then I'm gonna try to find a show. You ever get so annoyed with like
Trying to
stuff
find
is
the
too
show? Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff is so stupid that I literally will be like, I'm just gonna fucking sit here and stare out the window. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
just sit there and be like, my thoughts are better than like what the fuck I'm seeing right now. I can't do it.
Yeah. No, it's overwhelming. But then all of a sudden you realize there's like legit 6 shows that are like supposed to be amazing that are out that you haven't seen. And you're like, I don't know if I want to start. I get like start show anxiety. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I know that half the country says this is the best show, but I don't know. And I won't start it. I won't start.
Until 10 years from now.
Yeah. In a few years, I'll be like, have you seen The Sopranos? Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I feel the same way. I started to do the mayor of Easttown, or the mayor.
Yeah.
With what's her name?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it is so depressing. Everything's gray and depressing. And I'm
Super
like,
depressing. I can't do either.
I can't do this. I got a broken ankle. Don't depress me. Now, I will say American Ninja Warrior is really, really, really on fire because the first female past, what was her name? Flex is doing really, really well. And I'm really surprised because a lot of times the women don't make it very far in the courses. They have to have upper bodies that look like dudes to make it through the whole course, is what I've noticed.
I can't believe that we're together. It literally depresses me when I'm like walking around. I walk around the corner. I see you being like, I think he's going to make it all the way through this course. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
The kids love it now too.
Of course, it's for little kids.
Yeah, they're rooting for Flex like I am, and we're just all into it, man. We're all in.
Okay.
What a great show. Did I tell you I had one of them reach out to me to train Bert?
No.
One of the American Ninja Warriors trainer has reached out to me, and she's like, I love the show. I would love to train Bert. I'm like, well, he's in Serbia right now, but maybe when he gets back,
you can definitely
have him do it.
You can give it a shot. You can try.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Krishna. Bruce Kreischer.
Yeah.
Bruce. What a dummy.
I love it.
Jeez.
They wrote an article about a cast member joining his movie, and it said like so-and-so actress joins Bart Crystal's movie in Serbia. Yeah.
Shut
like
up.
A printed article, you know.
That's like, definitely a YMH shout out, right?
I don't know. They were just like,
it has to be.
Like, so this actress is joining Bart Crystal's movie, The Machine. So ridiculous that they wouldn't get it right for the article. What are you not even looking?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Jeans, I'm so excited for our Austin studio to be ready. We were designing stuff.
I know.
And thinking of ideas to make it special.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool to spend some time in 2022 in there. We just had to extend this lease. Pretty cool, yeah.
Whoops.
Well, we got on that one, I don't know, a year ago. I was like, oh, it'll be ready. And they're like, well, you know, it rained today.
That is how they are. Like, can't do construction, it's raining.
Once these permits go through, and you go, you know, I mean, you know how when you pull off a chicken wing, you ain't got no milk, and you're like, what? I'm like, well, that's just how it goes.
Yep.
It rained earlier, and you go, we'll see if it rains tomorrow. Yeah. Trying to get that construction going for you. Okay. Thanks, man.
What are you doing tonight? Are you doing spots in the city?
Tomorrow.
Are you excited to be away from us?
No, I'm ready to go home.
By the way, I'm building you a dad den, essentially, with a really heavy door so you can lock us all out. You don't have to hear us or deal with us. See, look at you smiling. That's the happiest I've seen you this whole time.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That door is exciting as fuck.
It's so thick.
Yeah.
It's like a panic room door. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. When I saw that, my D got real hard when I saw it.
Yeah. Just to block us all out.
Mm-hmm. I got real excited.
What are you going to do there in your secret dad den?
Everything I'm doing now, just without fucking noise and somebody opening stupid pocket doors every 2 seconds. Like I'm on the phone, I'm in a meeting, and then he's like, hey, Tom. I'm like, God damn it. What, dude? I'm in a meeting. He's like, oh, I want to ask you something about Pac-Man.
I know. I've had to answer so many questions about Pac-Man. Does Pac-Man, what are the pellets made out of?
What is a power berry?
Why?
What is power berry? What's in a power berry? And can we get one? Like, yeah, man. Let me finish this call, okay? Okay. And then he leaves the doors open. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah. And then you have to get up and close the fucking door.
Yeah, those stupid doors.
Dude.
Those are the shittiest doors.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right.
What else you got, Gene?
Nothing. What else? What do I have?
What?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, he had an update. You want to see the Kings update?
Of course.
Let me see here. What do I have him? Okay, here we go. Ready? Here's the Kings update. If you want to know.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, my kings and queens above 18. Put your feet on the ground and take off running. Let's go.
Whoa.
Time to wake up. Let's go get some stuff done today. I'm still looking for that special lady to be my queen. Come on. If you're in the Canton, Akron, Massillon, or Cleveland area, let me know. Kings and queens above 18 at gmail.com. I would love to go out and do stuff and have fun and maybe take a ride on the bike. Come on. Summer has just started. Let's go do things. You guys have a beautiful day. I am heading to I think Detroit today. Take a load up there and bring a load back. You guys have a beautiful day. I love you guys. My kings and queens above 18. Let's get going.
Did you hear that? He dropped like a Charles.
I did.
Here's the Kings. Yeah. He did.
Well, this one's interesting because now he's making a direct plea for companionship. We haven't seen this before.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. And like I'm still looking. I want this. And now he gave cities. Are you in one of these cities?
Yes.
Gave him a way to contact him. Here's my email.
Yes. So this is a new approach. He's no longer doing the, show me I'd like to laugh. Show me your boobs. Like he's looking for love now. I
like to laugh. I like to have a good time. Let's see those boobs hang. Yeah. Yeah.
But he's still hovering over them in the video, which is an odd choice.
Yeah.
Let's make some videos. I want to see them. I want to laugh.
Yeah.
I want to laugh.
Why is he still hovering? You know?
Why hovering? I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Different.
That's why. Okay. He's just being different.
Also, he said, I want to go on a bike ride.
Mm-hmm. Which is good.
Yeah, he needs to.
All right. Man, she's really on it today, huh?
I think it'd be a good idea to go for a long bike ride.
Okay.
Well, he sits it down a lot. He needs to go on a ride.
Yeah, it's probably good. Yeah, if you're a truck driver, you probably sit a lot. Probably good to be active.
He needs to get that. Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing your own version of get your feet on the ground, start doing stuff today. Yeah? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that. You're saying get your feet on the ground.
Yes,
get some stuff done.
That's right.
Let's get out there.
Some stuff done, dude.
Let's get out there.
Get your life.
Yeah.
Because now I'm on a whole fitness kick too with my rehab. I'm like you, where I want to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, I'm real motivated now that I'm doing my PT and I'm going to go get my fitness level up.
It's the best, right? I feel so motivated.
Yeah.
I worked out before I came in here today.
Good for you.
First thing in the morning. Good for you. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Good for you. As my mother used to say. Thumbs up. Good for you. Thumbs up. Like, where the fuck did you hear that one from?
Yeah.
Where do foreigners pick up these sayings? They're not even really sayings. Does your mom do that?
She has some saying. What does she always say? That's the way the cookie rolls. And I'm like, that's not the expression. I go, it's the way the cookie crumbles. And she's like, no, the cookie rolls. I'm like, nobody says that. So she says some weird shit like that.
That's the way the cookie rolls.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Gene.
My mother can never get that right. All right. Is this it?
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. Do you have anything you want me to tell Mr. Burr when he gets here?
Does he have a second kid coming?
No, they had them. Oh, the second child a while ago.
They did.
Yeah, they have two children now.
Mazel. Congrats.
Okay.
And that's it. Tell him I love him. Tell him I said what's up.
Okay, I will.
All right. I love you guys.
All right. We love you too. Bye, Gene.
Mwah.
This episode is brought to you by our partner, Whoop. We all want to make healthier decisions. We want to try to sleep better, eat better, and live healthier lives, especially with summer coming up and beach season around the corner. We don't always know how our body is feeling, how long to work out for, how much sleep we need. Whoop is a fitness track device that helps solve those questions. They have so much insight into what your body is doing, and it actually answers those questions for you. Literally, you can turn on the sleep coach, and it tells you, you know what, you have a sleep deficit built up. You need to go to bed by 10:45 tonight, and you need to sleep at least until 6:38 if you're going to function well tomorrow and be able to take on strain. How great is it to know that? Well, you can know that now if you get yourself a Whoop, and it tells you, hey, it's time to push it. You can actually strain yourself. For our listeners, if you've been thinking about giving Whoop a shot, there's no better time than today. You can save 15% off of Whoop with the code YOURMOM. Go to Whoop, WHOOP.com. Use the code YOURMOM at checkout to save yourself 15% off today. Know yourself with personalized recovery, strain, and sleep insights from Whoop.
Oh, Gene, did you know that there are just a wealth of shows that you can watch on Netflix if you have ExpressVPN?
Yeah, it's amazing because they restrict, like Netflix and other streamers restrict content based on where you're located.
Mm-hmm.
So like here in the United States, you only get what they say you're supposed to get.
Yeah, but
That's
you know
not
what?
cool.
Stick it to the man. I like watching my shows through ExpressVPN because I'm a huge fan of all things British television. And now I get to see all the documentaries.
Because ExpressVPN lets you basically trick the system into thinking that you're in the UK.
You change the location. It says where you're watching from, and now you can watch those shows. So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/yourmom. Don't forget to use our link so you can get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/yourmom. expressvpn.com/yourmom to learn more.
We're back. Christina, you having fun? Good. Welcoming back for the first time in a long time, one of the best comedians working today. You know him from the Monday Morning Podcast and the Bert Podcast. It's Bill Burr. Hey, Bill.
Hey.
How's it going?
What's up, Christina?
She's doing fine.
Yeah, she seems a little shocked.
Yeah.
I like the glasses, though. It adds a whole other, intellect.
It does. It makes her smarter than she is. I like it, too. It's my idealized version of Christina.
Yep. There's thoughts going in there, but there's no words coming out.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And she's ready for you.
Yeah. Don't have to deal with any of her shit.
Yep.
Love her. I love you.
It's progressive.
Thank you.
It is.
Isn't it crazy that really is like...
You made women great again. Harkens back to an America that I miss. She actually looks like, when they used to do those shows where it was the nerdy chick, they just put a hot actress in glasses.
Yeah.
And you can see she's like obviously this is like the porn star version of it. Maybe you could do that. You could do like the porn star version of that.
Hey, why don't we get just a big-titted blonde porn star to sit in on the next episode,
Sure, I'll get right on it.
Okay. Thanks,
There
man.
you go.
There you go. It's a great idea from Bill
Put
Burr.
that on the casting sheet. Big-titted porn star to sit in with a shocked look on her face, wearing glasses.
And the whole time she has to have her mouth open.
Yes.
Otherwise, it doesn't
tell her it's good exposure. This is what happens. You become the devil when you start booking stuff. Start paying people an exposure.
Oh, yeah. It's great. Oh, yeah, the exposure thing.
Yeah, it's great exposure.
Yeah. That was a thing that would happen for people that don't know. When you're a stand-up and you start working, you get booked on these, this will be a web thing. We'll own the set, but a lot of people will see it and you'll get great exposure.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You'll start selling out venues, and then you go to those venues, and then those promoters will fuck you over there.
Yeah.
We'll pass over the fuck over to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing, I got paid an exposure for, that was like the first 15 years of my career.
Yeah. And then there was the thing, I don't know, did you ever do a half hour, a presents or anything like that, or no?
Yeah.
You did? I don't know if yours was super effective. I remember that when I got it, they were like, your road business is going to change. And I was like, really? And they were like, oh, yeah.
Which is why we're underpaying you.
Yeah, which is why we're underpaying you.
You're not going to have any room for the money that we were going to give it to you. No, I did mine. I worked totally clean because they had that archaic beep is what they were using. And then I did as little amount of time as they allotted. But because I knew I didn't have the final edit.
Right.
So I'm not going to give this. I saw guys do like 40, 50 minutes. And it's like, dude, you don't even know if this person knows you or understands your act. So now they can just turn it into a mess. So they needed 22 minutes?
Yep.
You had to do at least 26. I did 26. So all they did was they just took a bit out. So that worked. And then I worked totally clean because it's like, well, if you're going to beep it, then I'll figure out how to just do it clean. Which was sort of a fun exercise. It's not who I am, but it didn't do anything. HBO and getting on Opie and Anthony at the same time when I was covering for Jim was the first thing that got me East Coast markets and San Francisco and a little bit in Chicago.
And that is when you started to notice the change, that the tickets were selling.
It was in those markets.
Yeah,
it was a few, but it was mostly San Francisco was HBO, the whole East Coast, the whole
HBO
tri-state.
because that was a special, or no?
Yeah, but Opie and Anthony, I don't think they were that big in San Francisco, but all of like Opie and Anthony got me like tri-state area up to Boston, out to like Cleveland, and down to like DC.
Yeah.
But the second I got into Virginia, it just, there was nothing. Nothing. Virginia all the way down to Miami, all the way across Tex-Mex, Arizona. That was all a wasteland. And Colorado, HBO special helped me. Like when they were like those really like nerdy comedy towns, nerdy in a good way. I think they actually saw the specials, and then like the blue collar sort of northern cities was Opie and Anthony, and then I just wasn't on anything that like southern or southwest.
Yeah,
and a lot of the Midwest we're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like they just sort of existed on different circles. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like now? Because one of the things I noticed is that a lot of times now comedians, like people we know, friends, people you know you're at the store with, will get in a movie or something and it like will do nothing. And it's not like the movie didn't do well or the part, like they did great, but it just doesn't create the same traction it used to. But then I think of something like The Mandalorian, which you were in both seasons, but you had like your own episode basically on the second season. It's a phenomenal series and the episode is amazing. Do you feel like, can you sense that has any effect? Like, does it bring, because it's such a popular show.
I don't think it does. I think the, that, I don't know. Well, I was so far down the road as a comic by the time I got that.
Sure.
What that got me was acting work.
Okay. Did you have fun doing it? It's so dope to watch.
Blast.
Really?
Well, there's a guy over there, Gary Marcus, who I first worked with on a Mike Binder film called Black or White. And he's just one of those guys, you can just tease him and he loves it.
Mm-hmm.
So the running gag the whole day is just basically, you know, how he still has a career.
Yeah.
He's great at what he does. It's just a total joke. And people like listening to me making fun of him. So I actually look forward to the day and we go back and forth and he trashes me. So like most of the day, I feel like if I'm not asking like what's going on in this scene, it's just me trashing him while they're setting up another scene and making people laugh. And he got me with something. I didn't get the joke because I didn't see the movie. My character had to run up this hill, and then they played that song from The Lion King. The whole crew laughed at me. We have a blast when we're on that thing.
That's cool. How long did it take to shoot that episode? Like your episode?
Oh, God, I forget. I don't know. It's over a week, but I totally lucked out because it's Jon Favreau who totally knows what he's doing. And it's like you know, whatever your favorite movie is, just imagine if you got control of an aspect of it with his skills.
Yeah.
So him and his running partner, I just spaced on his name. I like total
Filoni?
Yes.
Dave Filoni?
Yeah.
Dude, I got so deep.
Big hockey guy, right?
Into that.
So they love, you know,
the whole Star Wars
and all
world.
that.
Yeah.
So they get to do it. Like I would say the way they rebooted the Karate Kid. Well, you could tell that first season, like, oh, these guys love this movie. They're filling in all this background stuff. So that was really exciting. And then I lucked out in a second way. It was Rick Famuyiwa was the director. And he wanted to do like a Reservoir Dogs sort of style thing with like these bounty hunter guys and women. And it was like, you know, the whole thing just kind of, I don't even know how the hell, like all of my whole freaking career is like, I don't even know how the hell like I just lucked out.
Wow.
Oh, Mike Binder. I went to Mike Binder's birthday party. And John was there, and he said, hey, you know, we're writing this thing. We kind of have you in mind. You want to do it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, John. I've teased Star Wars people a lot.
Yeah.
And he goes, I know. He goes, I listen to podcasts. He goes, I think it would be funny if you got in it. My wife was kicking me under the table, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. But, like, there's this misconception that I truly hated it.
Yeah.
I just was hating on it as a comic.
It's a bit almost.
Yeah,
right?
you see 1,000 people excited about something.
Sure.
You're going to make fun of it.
Pro wrestlers, sure.
Yeah, it's just doing that. That's all I was doing. So, and then I got there and, you know, it's just fun to work on something.
It's so good, man.
It's like that big.
Oh, God.
Like they got this thing called like the volume where they shoot this thing and I don't even understand the technology. They close all the walls all around you and then they've shot this footage that they then project onto the walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm talking to you, if the camera moves behind me, the stuff behind you moves. You get like vertigo.
God damn.
So that's why I think the acting in those scenes are really good, because you really have to lock in on the actor, because if you start looking at the other stuff, you're going to like tip over.
It's the best kind of thing where I remember season 1, like when you go, I'll check this out. Like, you know what I mean? You're not like, I'm looking for it, but you're like, I guess I'll check this out. And it hooks you in such a way that you become more of a super, like, I think that everything about that series is amazing. From the music to the way it's shot, the acting, the storytelling. It's incredible, man.
That's been my whole acting career.
Yeah?
Is I get like 5 lines on something.
That's amazing. Yeah, you were in Breaking Bad.
Chappelle Show.
Jesus.
I have no business being in. I just paratroop in for a couple of episodes, and then everybody else does all the work, writes it, and all the stars of the show make it huge. And then I'm in the background, paging Mr. Herman.
It's a good place to be, Bill.
It is. No, believe me. Yeah. If I can just keep doing that and just do my stand-up stuff and my my podcast, like, you know, I'm cool, because it gives me plenty of time to hang with, you know, my wife and kids. So that's all that matters.
You and I both do.
I said something a little heartfelt there, and you're looking at your screen. I was hoping to get more emotional credit.
Sorry.
It's all right. My Bill, you've grown so much as a person.
You really have.
Something like, there you go.
You really have.
Christina, what do you think? She's shocked. She can't believe I just said that.
She's totally. We're all proud of you. You've grown as a human being. You're more introspective.
And I only do it for this. I only do it for compliments on the podcast.
I mean, I want to give you them.
It's completely insincere in real life, but on the podcast, I act like I'm a nice person.
No, you're very sincere in real life, aren't you? I feel like you are.
I don't know what I am. I'm still figuring it. No, actually, I actually finally figured myself out.
How did you figure yourself out?
Mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you endorse them for people? I should try them?
No.
Okay.
Because how the fuck do I know what it's going to do for you?
Okay, that's all right.
You might be one of those people in one of those high school film strips I used to watch who thinks they can fly and jumps off a building. I don't know. No, I just took some and, you know, it got me in touch with why I became a comedian. Because I didn't have like a good trip. I didn't have a good trip, but in a good way. It let me know. It let me know why I always walked around saying I hate myself. I figured the whole...
You figured that out?
Figured it all out. I now know everything that I did, good or bad, my whole life. I know why I did it. I know why I drank the way I did, why it ended up getting out of control. I know the whole fucking thing.
All from that trip?
Yeah.
And is it simple? Like, is it ultimately something you go?
It was mind blowing because it was right there, but because of pain and stuff, you just block it all out. And what I have found with a lot of things is a lot of things happened to you when you were a kid. So because of that kid perspective, and it was so huge, and it was a universe that they're like mountains to you in your head. And then when you finally cross the line, it's like stepping up onto a curb because it wasn't like a big deal. I've also learned too, like with like, you know, your idea of your childhood and the adults in your life, their idea of your childhood, neither one of them is true. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Where you were putting so much on it because your home life, that was your whole universe. And then they're out there working, doing whatever, or your teacher, you know, who said whatever, was struggling to pay bills. Like to them, it was such a smaller thing. That's why when kids confront, it's like, you did, I never did that. They don't even remember it.
Sure.
Not in a mean way. So I think that I was actually like, you know, I think I put too much on a lot of things where they put maybe too little, you know, whoever the people were in my life or whatever issue. And now being a parent, you know, I get real, I think one of my strengths as a parent is remembering like what it was like to be a kid.
Yeah.
Because like my daughter was putting on something and she didn't want to wear it. And my wife was like, you're fine. And I said, no, that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
You can't go to school not liking what you're wearing because that's going to get in your head.
Because you remembered.
Well, that's going to get in your head. You're going to carry yourself a certain way, and that's going to attract the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be going to school feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, true.
Especially if you had orange hair and freckles.
Yeah.
You needed to have a vibe.
And do you feel like, that's a big deal. I think about that too sometimes, about when you put a lot on how you viewed things as a kid. Now with my own kids, where I'll something will just happen, you know, some interaction. I'll be like, oh, I wonder if this for him will be a bigger deal, you know, like something that's imprinted in his mind.
I think as long as your kid respects you but isn't afraid of you.
Yeah.
And if you actually say like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, that's a big thing for him. Because like my kids are not afraid of me in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. Sometimes that backfires. Like my daughter one time was doing something. And I was saying, you can't do that, okay? I told you not to do it and you did it. And she goes, but Dada, it was funny. And I had to be like, all right, it was funny. I mean, as a comic, I gotta own up. It was funny. I go, but you shouldn't do it. So I think she had a difficult time with the fact that I agreed that it was funny.
Yeah.
But I got a kick out of the fact I was like, oh, she was going for the joke.
Yeah, I know they go for jokes. They do. My 5-year-old, I yelled. I was like, no, I can't believe you fucking had it. You know, I screamed about something he threw on the ground, and then like he came over and he goes, you don't yell at me like that. Talk to me normal. And I laughed so hard because I was so fired up. I was like, all right, man, sorry. I'm sorry. He was like, I'm a kid. He talked normal to me. And I was like, all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He just lit me up.
Well, the thing is, and it's also like, you know, I think they know when they should be yelled at.
Yeah, they do, kind of.
They do. Because I did. I remember, you know.
Yeah.
My mom used to, you know, she was the one that dealt out the punishment. She had like a paddle and shit. And like, I looked back, I was like, I deserved every fucking one of those.
Yeah.
There was only like one or two where, you know, I got it because somebody else did something. I wasn't going to say anything. So but I mean, for the most part, but I'm sure it went that way with some of my other siblings. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
But now you have you basically feel like you have full clarity on why you're a comedian. Like whatever it is, you see it now.
Yeah. And it wasn't because I love comedy and I always related to comedy. That's what I thought it was. It wasn't.
No.
It was a very simple thing. Yeah. It was like I was going to go on. It was the quickest way for me as a shy loner type person to go on into a room, get everybody to know me and like me, and then nobody hurts me.
Yeah.
It was just that. It was as simple as that. You're going to like me. Hey, he's a good guy. And then I can fucking relax. Because I was sort of stuck in the fight or flight mode, as most kids were of, I think, when I grew up. Like it was it was an interesting time. You just sent your kids outside, which you would never do. I mean, I live in a city, so I wouldn't do that. But back, living in the suburbs, they just sent you outside, and then you ran into other kids. And if they were bigger kids, they would just do shit to you.
Yep.
Break your toys, beat you up, throw rocks at you, make you run as they shot bow and arrows at you. I remember the kid used to make us run. He would shoot this fucking arrow up in the air, like a real arrow.
Yeah, fuck.
And you'd get caught in the wind, and you'd try to get out of the way. And he'd be like, all right, you come back. Now you, get out there. And he would do it. It was just like his entertainment. Just shit like that. I mean, that's how that whole, that F is for family thing came about. When I first told those stories on stage, people laughed. And then somewhere along the line, parenting changed. And those kids grew up, and all those laughs turned into like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was really frustrating to get, I guess, emotionally supported as opposed to people laughing. So then I was just like, so I just sort of put them away, but I knew they were funny. And I also knew that way of living didn't totally go away, that there's still kids doing shit to each other or whatever. And so that's why we figured out, watching South Park, it's like, well, how far these guys are going. I'm going nowhere near this. I bet I can get away with these stories if I animate them. So that was the deal.
Wow. That's amazing. You, I didn't see you much or talk to you much during the pandemic, but you're somebody I wondered how you personally dealt with it. I see you as like somebody that, like you got to get out there, you got to get on stage, somebody that's got to get out of the house and do that. And like,
oh, I was built for it, dude.
Really?
Oh, dude. Yeah. If I could just my wife doesn't get that about me. I go, there's a big part of me that could literally just sit on a back porch and stare at the trees for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like everything I've been through, which I'm not going to get into, I need like quiet. And I think like what we do is loud. Heckling and all this shit, traveling and getting through. We have a very, full flight, blah, 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 all of that type of stuff. And, Yeah, I'm. You know, some guys get off stage and they want to keep it going.
Yeah, we both work with one.
Yeah, go to the VIP.
Yeah. Never
but
ends.
I don't think with Bert it's a bad thing. Bert has such like a good heart. I feel
he
like
does.
He wants everyone to have a good time.
That's exactly what. And then he'll turn to you and go, "Don't you want this to never end?" And you're like, "No, I'd like it to end like maybe in an hour."
Yeah. No, I am one of those people that like through my whole career, I was always the guy that like if there was a dive bar that I could go to with a bunch of old people in there and they had no idea about anything.
Yeah. That's your spot.
That that was absolutely my spot. And well,
I do feel
did that for a while.
similar thing because I feel like what we do is like being in, like, let's say the chaos, for lack of a better term, like, you know, being out there in shows and like everything's moving, tons of people. And that's why I feel like going home, I like a home life that's very peaceful, you know, like a quiet, like it's like a,
right.
And I need it.
Do you get that when you get home? Because I always find you get home, your wife's so sick of dealing with the kids.
Yeah, no,
it's like, and here you go.
No.
So I try to get prepared.
You have to get prepared, and then
for that.
Yeah, and then you have to get prepared, and then you talk about how it was really hard out there, and it's real stressful. I was like, that was fucking really rough.
Yeah, I get in fucking trouble. I get more trouble being married than I did in school. It's fucking crazy. I'm just always in the doghouse. It's just hilarious. You can't I don't know, but we have such funny fights. We have such fucking hilarious fights now because I'm not angry anymore, you know? I still have a temper, but I don't walk around just angry.
Yeah.
Which has been this big lift for my wife, I hope. Because I was not easy to deal. Enough with your fucking personal shit. I can tell you. Well, for sure. Jeez. No, he said that a little too quick. So we had. You just sounded like Bill Murray in Kingpin. Oh, bet. Yeah. So we had.
You were not an easy guy to be around. I can't imagine being married to you.
Yeah. No, it's bad. So we had this fight. She was asking me, it was something about the kids. And you know when your wife asks you, the decision's already made.
Yes.
So, but she knows she can't make the decision on her own, so she's coming over for you to just agree with her. So I didn't agree with her. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And she goes, well, why not? I was just thinking, but blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, no, I just, it doesn't make sense to me. I think we can handle this. We don't need an outside person, but blah, 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 for this little thing, right? And then she just kept going, so what are you saying? Which is hilarious. You speak English. You heard what I just said.
Yeah.
Dude, over and over and over again. And it's like, and then she kept saying her point or whatever. And in my head, I'm going like, I've already lost.
Yeah.
I know it's going to go her way. But just as an experiment, let me just stick to this and see what happens. I swear to God. So I just kept saying, no, I understand your point and I don't want to do it. And it was something we needed both people to approve.
Yeah. So
she goes, so you don't want to do it? She just kept doing that. So what are you saying? You don't want to do it? She kept doing that. And I just stuck with it. She goes, fine. And I said, okay, thank you. And then she got up and she walked out, right? And about a half hour later, 20 minutes later, she comes back in the room to get something and put something down. And she's just doing it really fucking loud, right? And I'm just looking at her. And then as she walks out of the room, she just walks out of the room. She just goes like, gives me this look. And dude, I just fucking bursted out laughing. Like I couldn't stop laughing. And she's like, what? And I just crying. I go, you're mad at me. She goes, I'm not mad at you. I go, you just shot me a look. I go, you were literally mad at me because you asked me what I wanted and I told you. And she kept trying to say that she wasn't mad. And I just kept laughing at. I finally just said, listen, you know we're going to do what you want to do. Why do you even ask me? Why do we have to go through this?
Yeah.
And you sitting and saying all of that. So I just laughed my whole way through it. And I said, do it the way you want to do it. And that was just how it ended. And then the next morning, she came down to me unsolicited and said, hey, you know what? We don't have to do that. I thought about it, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, and that's kind of how it works. I've learned you can't argue with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can do that all fucking day, and they're just going to wear you down.
Yeah.
They're just going to fucking lean on you. And it's like, you're just going to I've been talking about that in my act, joking. Like, well, that's an away game. Arguing with a woman is a fucking hostile environment. You're not going to win. But I found these other things that it's this odd thing that if you just sort of quit, it makes them look at themselves. It's fucking weird. And, if they're not 100% on it, I think that they maybe think like, well, I need to save this card that we're just going to do what I want, or else he's going to think that it's not balanced. So, or maybe the fact that I just wasn't an asshole for once, being like, you know what, I'm fucking sick of this. You know, what the fuck you even fucking ask me? If you do that, that gets you nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, we all are glad that you aren't such an asshole. But
Tom, if you think you've always had that serial killer vibe. I know you look like Burr lives, so no one thinks that you're fucking dangerous. I would not want to go to sleep in a house you were in. He'd probably kill you with that "Have a holly jolly Christmas" playing in the background. And he's standing there in some fucking sadomasochist / holiday outfit.
Look, I gotta show you something.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I've heard about your show.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. I don't need this shit on my hard drive, okay? We can just
These are
chuckle.
funny. These are funny.
Yeah, but your idea of like what's funny.
Come on, man. So this is
you're into like comedy roadkill.
No.
Yeah, like
no.
decomposing possums.
This is
of jokes. Dude, I still remember that fucking guy.
Which guy?
That guy.
Oh,
come
yeah,
on, you know?
yeah. The
Try
guy,
it out. Try it out. Like, I'll never forget that.
He remembers try it out.
That's not something you forget.
That's true.
I mean, I will tell you, having been in a writer's room for 5 seasons, you know, you try to come up with catchphrases and shit. I don't think you can ever beat try it out.
I know.
Try it out with just the way he said it.
It's true.
I need to be fucked a lot, man.
That's him, yeah.
Come check it out.
Okay,
check it out.
He also said try it out's his big one. I mean, no,
that guy was molested as a child.
In my building,
raped.
try it out.
I feel bad for him.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he's a hurt child.
Yes.
And then Tom goes, "Oh, I see the comedy in that," which is fine if you want to live in that dark place. Why do you got to project it onto me?
Okay. All right, so
it's amazing how jolly you can look next to that fucking blow-up doll. It's like he's the happiest man in the sex trafficking business. Come on down to Jolly Tom's.
So these are clips.
Try it out. Check it out. You really do, dude. You look like. Oh, by the way, you were fucking great in that Steve Burr movie.
Oh, thanks, man.
The cop, dude. You were fucking great in that. I went to the premiere. You got huge laughs.
Oh, thanks, man.
Neil Brennan crushed it too. Was the club owner?
Yep.
Fucking crushed it.
Crazy that I told Steve it's just a miracle you can get a movie made. You know what I mean? It's incredible just to get that made.
Oh yeah, if you're not just gonna like shoot it on your iPhone and do it yourself. Yeah, it's just
insane.
Yeah, it's quite the tricky dance
for a little bit. So we get sent in a lot of videos that I think you'll like, and we play these videos, and this is a short one.
Is this the comedic nice setup that you're gonna do before I see something horrific?
I mean, possibly. So
I'd say definitely. You know, you've built a brand over here. I like how he's doing this like I don't know exactly what's happening.
So these videos,
dude, I just don't want to see anybody fuck anything. I don't want to. I don't want to see that.
This is just. Do you think this is fun, horrible, or hilarious? That's it. You know. So here's like.
She's not hurt.
She's fine.
She's fine. Yeah. She's saying, "Oh my God," too much. That's great.
See, you like it. That was a good one.
Well, I'm a Three Stooges guy. I didn't know you were going to go slapstick.
Yeah, these are some fun ones, man.
All right. Oh, and here comes the head. I wake my wife up watching this shit.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. I watched the guy jet ski. Oh. Beautiful lake. Go right in the side of a boat with his girlfriend on the back. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. That was crazy.
I was laughing so hard I woke her up. I was like shaking the bed.
But yeah. I get yelled at. She tells me now, because I watch things on the patio at our house, and Christina's like, she'll text me, I can hear the screaming. She's like, please put in headphones.
Oh, great.
This one, did you see? This was in Russia, and they're alive. They're alive. They lived.
Are those people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she missing a leg?
I don't know if they were fighting. They lived. I swear to God.
How did that happen? I gotta see that again. Were they on a rocket ship? For me, it's the guy's jacket. He almost play half a second. He's trying to have one of those squirrel suits. Oh, God. Falling in gravity. It's over.
What is this one? Hold on. Oh, this is the best. Oh, I'm just going to jump from the roof.
Oh, my God. No, that's bad. That's Joe Theismann shit.
Dude, but who thinks you can make that jump? Why would you think?
That wasn't that bad a jump.
It's from a roof, though. I mean, that's
a one-story house.
But you
that
think
guy's clumsy as shit.
And he's wearing like rain boots.
Oh my God. Dude, by the way, I vowed I would never watch yours.
Yeah.
And that guy, Crime Faces, posted it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching going, I have to say, hey, look how it looks like Tom Segura.
Yeah.
I was just, my God, dude.
Yeah.
I never want to see that again.
Yeah. I'm having surgery again on this arm.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty gnarly.
Well, let's see. So now it's all right. Maybe that was your karma for laughing at this shit.
That's what everybody said. Yeah. Everybody was like,
God,
you
now
deserve
I'm
it.
fucked.
That wasn't so good. And there's only
that guy didn't know a lot about momentum, did he?
No, he really took it slow.
Yeah, you can't be between your ears when you're doing something like that.
No,
you just gotta
go.
Yeah, you need lift.
This is from a wrestling, like a amateur wrestling thing, elbow drop. I have not seen this yet.
Oh, these kids are nuts.
Look how high up he's going.
Holy shit!
Oh shit!
I love how the guy still went with like the fake blow, like it happened.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is in slow-mo.
I can't watch. I can't watch bones breaking, dude. I can't watch bones breaking. I can't watch bones breaking. I can't do that.
Okay.
Like the Joe Theismann Monday Night Football. That was it. That was it for me.
Yeah.
I still don't watch those. When I watch football, I just go like that. UFC, when guys do the kick.
You saw that Weidman?
Then they come back. You know what it reminds me of? You ever see when a little kid puts on an adult rain boot?
Yeah.
And they're sort of stepping on the side.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I can't.
Hard.
When they go, they don't even know, and they go back to put their leg down to support. Oh.
It's rough. It is rough.
Yes.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Wealthfront. Decades of data show that investors that trade individual stocks underperform the market every year. In fact, only 1% of day traders beat the market. The odds are not in your favor if you're doing it alone. Team up with Wealthfront instead. Wealthfront can create a portfolio of globally diversified, low-cost index funds personalized just for you in minutes. No manual trades, no picking stocks, no watching the stock market every day. They automatically handle all the investing based on preferences you control. Wealthfront is trusted with over $20 billion of assets. And you can get your first 5,000 managed for free by going to wealthfront.com/YMH. To get your first $5,000 managed for free for life, go to wealthfront.com/YMH. That's wealthfront.com/YMH to start growing your savings. Go to wealthfront.com/YMH and get started today.
Tomás.
See?
Quiero un café.
Okay.
You know where I learned that?
Where?
Babbel.
¿Quieres que te pongo leche en tu café o lo que es negro nomás?
Claro, Casey. Babbel, just 15 minutes a day on my iPhone. I do the app. It's so easy. I can do it when I'm just like bored. I don't have anything else going on. And the lessons are quick and intuitive. And it's an everyday situation. So I can ask for cafe like I just did. That's coffee. That means
cool.
coffee.
It does.
And I learned that there's 14 different languages you can choose from, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. It really is so simple and intuitive and fun. Right now, save up to 65% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/mom. That's babbel.com/mom for up to 65% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
Have you seen or caught wind of how many people cannot say Bert's name? Like really, people joke and tease him and call him
Bert Kreischer?
Yeah, but they call him like Bart Crystals and Bert Kirshner and all this shit. Like,
no,
it is everywhere. Like, here's even a promo from, he did that show.
Is this why you had me here today, just so you could just shit on Bert Kreischer? You almost had me say his name wrong.
No, I'm happy to have
Bart
you.
Kreischer.
I love having you here. What are you talking about? So
Anyways, back to Bert.
No, I just wanted to make fun of him for a second. I mean, he's my best friend.
I was just fucking around.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're taking this as now thinking.
Okay.
Like there's a motivation here.
No.
Go Big Show. Thursday night on TBS. Cody Rhodes, of course, Snoop Dogg, Jennifer Nettles, Rosario Dawson, and Bert Kreischer.
Oh, that kills.
The disrespect.
That kills him. That's as bad as that guy's neck
Cody Rhodes,
tattoo.
a part of Go Big Show. Set your DVRs now to watch Snoop, Rosario Dawson, Jennifer Nettles, Cody Rhodes, and Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
9-8-7.
Wasn't that like a promoter? What is this, by the way?
Kreischer, sorry.
And they said Bruce Kreischer to correct it.
What is this, by the way?
This is a wrestling show on that's promoting the Go Big Show, which is the talent show that Bert hosts, and that Cody, Snoop, and Rosario Dawson and somebody else are judges on. Yeah.
Okay.
So they
Bruce Kreischer.
Rosario's on Mandalorian.
Yeah. Then there's, it's just constant though. These
What's the stand-up's name again? Bert Kreischer.
And then
as long as they buy tickets, it's fine.
Even a fellow comedian.
I'm going to be performing in Colorado on, September the 8th at Red Rock. So you're welcome to come if you want to come and have a laugh. Me and Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kaiser. It looks like Bert. But it's an R right there. I don't know if the R is silent. Bert Kreischer. I never heard of Bert Kaiser.
Bert Kaiser.
Standing here with his shirt off, so.
All right.
Why would the R be silent?
I have no idea. Who would ever think that?
Maybe he watches hockey, because some of those guys with the Finnish names, they get a little trying to guess how you say them.
Even this lovely adult actress, Adriana Chechik, offered for Bert and I to have a DP with her, and she got his name wrong.
Did you see you appeared on YMH Podcast? Doomers! Yes! Between him and Bert, Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, I'm just wondering if they want to get a DP going, or if they want to, hit me up for any double action.
So anyway, that's pretty cool of her.
Poor woman.
Yeah.
What is it, just vodka she has poured in there?
She's got a busy schedule, man.
Bert Kreischer. I like that.
That's got a good ring to it.
I like that better than Kreischer.
Yeah. But he is a sweetheart. He is the sweetest. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know. Why's your head tilted at that angle?
Just to see where you'll take it.
He is.
Isn't he sweet? Hmm?
Yeah, he is. That's the problem. He's lovable. All right.
Yes, he's a big teddy bear. Yeah.
You guys need to work out whatever happened.
I miss him.
Are you mad that he videoed you and didn't come for help?
No.
You sat there, folded up.
He did something that he goes
mouth to mouth.
He mouth to mouth, but he also said later on, he goes, I would never do this, and I did it. Which is that he took me to the hospital. He waited with me in the emergency room. Like shit, he goes, that's totally against who I am. He goes, but he was with me.
What basic human reaction?
Yes.
I would have done that for a stranger. If it was just some guy on the other team and like nobody else was there, I'd be like, all right, dude, I'll hang with you.
You don't know Bert. No, but he did something that I think that, not only did he take me there, he left me his charger so I could charge my phone. I mean, that's real love, I think.
Hey, that's the Bert I know. Yeah. I don't know what happened to you up until then.
Oh, yeah, this was the first time
Maybe you felt you were finally vulnerable enough where he could show you who he truly is.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. I didn't even need
two broken limbs before he could trust you.
I didn't even need shrooms to figure this out. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been stone sober since then.
Really?
Yeah, because I realized why I was getting fucked up. So I was like, all right, I got to fix this. So
I like this version of you.
I do too. It's a lot lighter. It's easier. And I don't come off as such a cunt on stage now. I don't. Oh, was cunt too far for you?
I'm personally offended, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know your listeners, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They're super offended.
I could tell. They're pro-women. They're all woke. They're PETA lovers. You got a fucking decapitated dog behind you.
Yeah. Well, pretty good. No. Well, Bert, if he lives and makes it back, I'm really looking forward to seeing you, man.
Oh, he's doing the movie?
Yeah, he's doing the movie. Serbia.
Yeah.
He said he's almost breaking shit. He almost broke his arm. He's doing his own stunts. I'm like, yeah, he had to go. Yeah, he had to go to the hospital. Yeah, he's fucking himself up, man.
That's good.
Yeah, shooting like real action sequences. Yeah,
Burt Reynolds did the same thing.
True.
Burt Reynolds did all his own stunts. He messed himself up.
Harrison Ford did it.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
Michael Jan Vincent.
Yeah.
All of those guys. Those guys all used to do all of their own stunts. I remember Schwarzenegger jumping on the hood of that car.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Eastwood jumped onto that bus in Dirty Harry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just watched all the Dirty Harrys.
Are they good? I've never seen one.
Well, the first one's the classic. And then each one has something that
you grew up with watching them, though, right?
Yeah. I've been watching a bunch of stuff from the 70s. I watched this Dustin Hoffman film I've been talking about on my podcast called Straight Time. You should check that out.
Good?
It might be my favorite Dustin Hoffman movie, and I love that guy.
What did I watch? I'd seen it before, The French Connection, which is...
I got to watch that again because I was actually watching a thing on the mobster that started that French Connection. This guy was a billionaire in the 70s.
God.
Oh, no. Maybe in the 60s. Bringing in all of this heroin and stuff. And the guy it was Carmine the Cigar something or other. And when he gets rubbed out, when he gets fucking whacked, he dies with the cigar in his mouth. It's so fucking cinematic. It's ridiculous.
Like in real life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly. He got killed in that backyard patio in Brooklyn or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at a backyard, like a restaurant area. But like that guy put together, I don't know. I think the amount of money that he made, I think they were afraid to ever make a movie that like, there's those movies where like, when the mob was still like, I don't know I think they all went, the smart guys went legit, and just got to the legal side of stealing.
Yeah, right.
Like our business.
Yeah, yeah.
And we pay you an exposure. That back in the day when they made those movies, they couldn't say, like early on, you watch, they wouldn't say like The Untouchables, they would never say mafia.
Yes.
Right through Godfather, they wouldn't say mafia. And then if you look at like, I think it was Casino. Was that the one they kept saying our friends in Kansas City?
Yeah, that's exactly
like I heard they were talking about a different city, but they didn't want any trouble, so they just said Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, because they had the Kansas City scenes too, Casino, where they're actually
if you read the real ones, you see the state that it came. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking.
I watched one of those mob series on like the History Channel or something, and I was talking to Diaz about it, and I was like, oh yeah, there was this guy. And they had his nickname. I was like, Gas. He goes, Gas Pipe. He goes, yeah, I used to buy Coke from him. I was like, oh. And then he's like, real scary guy. I was like, yeah, sounded like it.
Yeah, and if Joey Diaz is saying the guy's scary.
Yeah, he said he was scary as fuck. And the show, you're like, this guy's fucking terrifying. I mean.
Yeah, those guys were Those guys were no fucking joke. No joke. All of that shit. And I just like, I always watch those things. They're so fascinating to me. But I tell you, as nuts as they are, like when, like some of the stuff, the cartels like that.
Cartel stuff blows it away.
Yeah.
There's no, like they're in old school Italian mob stuff actually there is a moral compass.
Yeah.
And
No
it's like,
women, no kids.
Absolutely. And it's like, you're in the mob, I'm in the mob. You know, we both agreed to this life.
Yeah.
And like, you might die, I might, and we're like, cool, but we don't do that. The cartels take it even further than
everything's in play.
Everything. Fucking blow up schools.
Did you hear? I heard that they went down to scout for one of those narcos shows in Mexico, and the guy scouting locations got killed.
I heard that too. Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that isn't. It's almost like this is an active volcano.
Yeah.
You're not doing it, even though they're like, hey, we're doing like a period piece about. It's like this shit is happening like right now.
Right now. Yeah, I read an article about when one of the journalists agreed to meet one of the cartel people, you know, for an interview, and they agreed to terms and all this stuff. And, you know, they blindfolded him for most of it. And then they're on this approach through, you know, he doesn't know where he is, mountains and whatever. And he's gone on this approach going up this hill. And as they're going up the hill, you know, they take his blindfold off. There are people strapped to trees that like are dying that they were making an example of, and they wanted him to see it. So like he's on this, about to meet the guy, and he sees people bound to trees, like cut open and stuff.
Dude, that's like, who was that? Well, that mass murderer? Was it Ivan the Terrible or something like that?
Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
And he had this guy over, and he had all these people impaled, and he wanted to eat.
Take their eyeballs.
No, you want to eat dinner with this guy. And the guy goes, come on, man, how can we eat with all this stuff going on? And then he fucking impaled him for asking. I mean, who says, I would not say shit to that guy.
Fuck.
I'd be, nice place.
Yeah, I know. If you see bodies just like torn open, you're like, hey, man, I appreciate you having me. Yeah. So octopus is good.
No, dude, that's like apocalypse now shit.
Yeah. And that's happening like fucking a couple hours from here. That's what's crazy.
Do you know that's the type of stuff like that makes me revert back into like watching shit from the 70s, even though that shit like that was happening in the 70s because I was a kid in the 70s. I was just watching shit in the 70s because I just had a paper route.
Mm-hmm.
I collected football cards. My life was simple. That's how I shut that shit off. Because some of the capabilities that people have to do stuff like that to one another is just fucking brutal.
It's brutal. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. As we sit there laughing at this woman getting hit by a car.
Well, I told this story, but I'll tell you, this really happened a couple weeks ago.
Guy's jacket is just fucking.
Dude. But this happened a few weeks ago. I get picked up by an Uber driver, and I asked him where he was from, and he said Monterrey, Mexico. And I said, oh, I know one of my friends married a girl from Monterrey. So I go, you know.
Already you've said too much.
Yeah, right?
Now they're going to get whacked.
Dude. So I go, how long you lived here? And he said 10 years. And I said, oh, yeah, you know, Monterey's pretty dangerous though, right? Because I'd heard especially from her. And he goes, yeah, that's why I left, because the cartel kept fucking with me. And I was like, okay. And I go, like, what happened? Dude. By the way, this is a 15-minute drive, okay? He goes, one of my friends had a ranch, and he had a trailer with livestock. And the cartel took it, and he had GPS on it, so he was able to find it. He didn't know the cartel took it. He just knew it was stolen. So when they found it, they just retrieved it. He just took it back, went back to his ranch. And he goes, like 3 months later, I'm hanging out with my friend and a couple other friends at his ranch, and these guys come in, and they just take us, like at gunpoint, and they take us somewhere, and he goes, and they just kill my friends, like in front of me, you know? They shoot one, they cut one open. I was like, holy fucking shit, right? And he's telling me that I'm in the back of the car, like, mm-hmm. And
I'd just be standing like, I want to be the bullet guy.
Yeah, I'm like,
give me the bullet. Don't fucking start sawing shit off me.
Yeah, please. And I go, and then what? And I go, well, I asked him, I go, why didn't they kill you? And he goes, I asked him. He goes, I asked, because they didn't. And then I was just kept for 45 days. And he goes, I asked the guy, I go, why haven't you killed me? And they go, we like you. Like one of the guys goes, we like you. Like you're funny, or, you know, we like talking to you. Because he would talk to them all day. And then one day they just they drove out on the highway between two towns and they let him out. And he goes, I had to walk to town, find a phone, call my wife, who everybody thought I was dead because I've been gone for 45 days. And so everybody freaked out.
Had she remarried?
She'd already started a new family. She had 2 kids. She was like, I'm sorry, it was just so long. And then he goes,
it was the cartel.
It was the cartel.
People don't come back.
Yeah, so how can you be mad at me?
We're running a farm here. I needed a man around.
I gave you a week. I didn't do anything for a week.
You're going to like him.
Yeah.
We got enough room.
I'm actually legally married to him because you were dead. But then he just goes like...
if I fuck you, I'll be cheating on my new husband.
So he just goes back and he's like, gets his shit together. And he's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And then he comes to the States. And then he pulls up. He's like, here's your stop. I was like, I need a few minutes, man. Can you go for a little ride around the block? Like, you just told me the craziest story I've ever heard in my life. But he witnessed his friends get murdered by these guys in front of him. And then the Sicario, the hitman, told him that he makes $100,000 a week doing it. From like the cartel pays him. Just on weekly retainer, and then just kill whoever we tell you to kill.
That's hilarious. That's their version of hosting a game show. Like, like you wanted to get in to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Do some good work, and you just, fuck it. You just do the game show. Like, fuck it. I'll just work for the cartel. I'll kill people.
Oh, and he asked him, because
I wanted to be a veterinarian, but it pays $100,000. What am I supposed to do?
A week.
Look, I'm just killing people for another 5 years, and then I'm getting out.
He said he asked the guy, how, like, isn't it hard to kill people? Like when you bring stuff up, and the guy goes, the first time, yeah. He goes, the first time it's hard. He goes, but by the third time, it's not a big deal. So, anybody out there wondering?
It's like bombing. Bombing the first time, it was the most painful thing ever.
Yeah.
Then after a couple, 2, 3, you can kind of have your composure. It's like one of those things you don't want to get
good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I also got to think, like, I bet those guys don't worry about what if the dollar collapses?
Yeah. No.
What if society collapses? It's like, I'll just fucking kill anybody who fucks with me.
Yeah.
I've already crossed that line.
Have you had a bad bomb in like a while? Like a bomb? I find out,
I mean, I had COVID bombs the first time you do a parking lot, and even if they're laughing, you can't hear it, and it kind of messes with your timing.
Yeah.
Have I had a bad bomb? Oh, last bad bomb I had, I was in New York in 2019, and Talent, James Harris, was at the at Caroline's, and he has a predominantly African-American crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up there and I did the Michelle Obama bit after I had done my Michael Jackson bit. And he was the only one laughing in the room, and they were just staring at me.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, I forget what it was. It was talking about that video, that thing that came out where it was just like, I think they were anticipating that I was going to say Michael Jackson was a pedophile,
mm-hmm.
and I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was going, hey, did you see that Michael Jackson documentary? Did you watch it? The joke was, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, why not? I go, I'm not watching testimony of pedophile testimony is like my entertainment.
Yeah.
Was the joke that you're sitting down there acting like you cared. That's how you filled your evening.
Right.
By watching people be like, and then he took off my pants.
Yeah.
Sitting there eating popcorn. Like, like you're watching fucking Blade Runner. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this. So they kind of, didn't like that. So I didn't call Michael a pedophile, but I also didn't fucking, I wasn't there.
Right, because when the Michelle thing is like, it's not praise of her, right? It's like, it's saying like, she's just there, like she's
it was just, the whole thing was fucking ridiculous. I just was making fun of the fact
that she celebrated, right?
No, that when did First Lady start acting like they got elected?
Right.
Because that was the thing.
Yes, I remember.
And the way everybody was falling all over themselves,
right?
Like, because they were Democrats, that means they didn't have the same dirty oil money in their back pocket to go buy a mansion on Martha's Vineyard, which is where they all end up.
Yeah.
And then they all go out and they all go on the speech tour, right? And they get paid like $400 fucking grand a fucking night.
Yeah.
To give a speech to the person the group that they hooked up. They're just washing the bribe money.
Yeah.
And my joke used to be they're up there going, 1,000 points of light, don't leave any kids behind, and they're in the crowd. The crowd's not even listening, like eating like a deep fried eagle.
Yeah.
Like they don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it was deliberately, anti-woman.
Yeah.
And it was deliberately making fun of that shit. But I mean, that's not necessarily 100% my issue.
No.
It's also how you keep breathing room during this stupid fucking time of, not holding corporations accountable for polluting the ocean. But if you tell the wrong joke in a strip mall, you're done. You can poison the food supply. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can fucking have never-ending wars. That's all good.
Right.
It's all good.
But a joke
about whatever. And my favorite thing, too, is I just love, I can't believe you told that joke at that show I wasn't at.
Yeah. You didn't even hear it.
Yeah, and then at that point, the comedian's the victim.
Right.
Because you're not supposed to film us.
Sure.
So it's like, well, get mad at the person that filmed it and your fucking index finger that clicked on it.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's so fucking... Look, do I get whatever? We just watched some shit here, right? Did I get offended? I wasn't at any of those things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I fell off a fire escape. How could you post this video of people falling off a fire escape? I don't even understand what the fucking problem is.
Yeah.
It's like you're at home in your kitchen. Eat your pancakes.
It's exciting for people to get upset about things, though. It's exciting to them. I think it feels like you feel like you are saying something. I mean, it's I guess in a lot of it is virtue signaling. So it's saying like I'm in the right because people like to point and go, see, that's wrong.
I know. That's a new white job.
Showing people what's wrong.
Virtue signaling.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit. And then they sit there and they actually like, they're using oppressed people to show how great they are, how much I care.
Yeah.
None of them are involved.
No.
Just sitting around tweeting and blah, blah, blah is,
it's not a contribution.
It's barely more of a contribution than what I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything.
Right. No, I know. And
I care. Sniffle emoji. Send. Wow.
It is. And,
that was so brave.
Yeah. Thank you for being an ally. And people go like, thank you for being an ally.
No, I think that they, I thought that all that bullshit, that shit with, let's not name names.
Yeah.
There was a certain guy, he booked a comedy festival.
Mm-hmm.
And did something he shouldn't have done. He was 100% in the wrong. But the people that should have been offended handled it in-house or whatever from what I heard. And then it was just a bunch of bitter comics because they didn't get into the festival. Not one of them said, oh, I can't believe you used that word. That's so painful to this other group of people. Every one of their tweets was about themselves.
Right.
And it was just like, you guys are fucking ambulance chasers.
Sure.
And you're sitting there acting like you're making, I don't know. The whole thing is just gross.
Yeah. It's gross.
It's
totally
gross. It's like, it's like, I'm just and commenting on shit when you weren't even there.
That's most of society. It's all, you weren't there for any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just present it as fact.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and with
wow,
comedy
man,
too.
You must have like some sort of, you must be like clairvoyant. I get the thing when there's like a zillion accusations.
Sure.
Like that's when it's just like, where there's smoke, there's fire. And then I also understand, so much time's gone by, so there's no evidence. What the fuck are you going to do here? Like I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, but like this whole thing is like, I don't know. It's getting down to like analogies.
Yeah.
Your analogy doesn't fit my politics. So therefore, we're gonna get it going.
I know.
It's a and then the weird thing too is like they say somebody's canceled, and then they're still selling all these tickets.
Of course they are.
Well, what it really means is your agent left.
You realize too,
your agent goes like, all right, I got to get out of here.
That most of the people loud and like really critical about the comedian during that time. First of all, most of them don't follow comedy. They're not into comedy at all. They don't get that the people at that show may have had a great time with whatever thing was captured, because they're not even understanding that that comedian probably bought himself some good favor by being up there with the 30 minutes before that joke and like the context of the performance. And it might
could
be
a reference to something that happened into that town. There's so much that's unspoken that happens. And when you're at a show or when you perform a lot, you get it and you go like, oh yeah, but like I was, I'm doing faux anger or faux ignorance for that moment. And then that's captured and sent out in a blurb, and somebody reads the sentence about it, and you're like, yeah, no,
dude.
and then they do like tabloid journalism where they then put a ridiculous headline.
Yeah, of course. And they put that in quotes, and you go, well, yeah, if I just read that.
So-and-so says killing babies.
Yeah. Is that
a good thing or whatever? It's just like, all right, I don't know.
How do you feel before you get out of here about the NASCAR banning coolers at Texas Motor Speedway? Are you?
Why do they ban coolers?
I don't know. This guy, it's one of the best
Motor
parts.
Speedway has banned coolers. This is a bunch of bullshit. I will not be coming back to Texas Motor Speedway until this cooler ban is lifted. And none of us should come back. It's 100 motherfucking degrees out here. We're fixing to pack these stands full of people, and Texas Motor Speedway says, oh, by the way, motherfuckers, you can't bring a cooler. This is a bunch of horse shit, and I ain't gonna allow no fucking body to push me around and tell me what the hell I can and cannot do. NASCAR fans pay the bill up in this son of a bitch. That's who pays the fucking bills around here. Are you gonna fucking listen and we gonna bring our fucking coolers, or we ain't fucking coming back, motherfuckers?
All right.
Yeah, like that's how hot it is.
It's so hot.
I've gone to races and shit. One of the best things is bringing your cooler in.
It's gotta be.
It's fucking amazing. And you get fucked up. No, that's that bullshit. They want them to all go up to the beer stand
and buy their beer.
And buy it, yeah.
And then he's,
We bought your tickets. We
back in the
walked a
stands.
damn mile to get to our seat in the freaking 100-degree heat so you could make damn money. And you sons of bitches ban coolers. That tells me that you totally disrespect us NASCAR fans that don't appreciate us whatsoever. So here's what I'm going to recommend. Us NASCAR fans need to ban Texas Motor Speedway. And I'm asking everybody not to come back to the next Texas race. No one. They gonna fix this shit, and I want a formal apology from Texas Motor Speedway as to why you decided to disrespect the people that are paying the bills, you bunch of dumbasses.
I love him.
I love this guy.
This guy's great.
I love that
Racetracks decide to put a ban on coolers, you better think damn twice. Because if I find out about it, I'm gonna light your motherfucking ass up. You don't disrespect the fans. You hear me? You don't disrespect us.
There you go.
Don't disrespect us. Fuck your mother. Well, this is the thing. I mean, this guy he's right. I love he loves racing so much. Still went.
Yeah, he still went.
He bought the tickets. What was he going to do? He's not going to come back. You got to, that is literally part. It's like banning hot dogs at a baseball game. You have to have coolers.
And think about, for the average guy buying a ticket, going to the races, and he goes, well, I can bring this 12-pack or whatever. And then you go to the Speedway and you buy it there, and it's fucking the cost of one beer is the fucking 12-pack you would have brought, He fucks them.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of shit. I went to, with Nate Bargatze, I went to Daytona 500. I went to the Talladega.
Oh, nice.
I've been to the Indy 500. I've been to a couple of Formula One races. I was going to go to.
I want to go to the Formula One race in Austin.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Oh my God! I drove on that track a couple weeks ago, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you look at the stands, and you're like, this has got to be wild to watch the race here.
Well, if you really want, I'm in. Well, F1 is finally good this year. Because Lewis Hamilton, the guy's fucking amazing.
Ridiculous.
And, I tease him all the time on my podcast. He's always crying about something. I didn't win. I'm not happy. They interview the guy
7 in a row.
Yeah, the guy can't win enough. But that's why he's also great. But he also this is the first year Mercedes is having problems with their car.
Mm-hmm.
So Max Verstappen has been doing well. I've only been checking in because I watch MotoGP, which is the motorcycle racing. Because
you say you like that.
Well, because the passing is fucking insane in that. You can have on the final lap. They had a couple ones the last couple of years. Marc Marquez and Andres Dovizioso had a couple of races where they passed each other 3 times in the final lap. It was nuts.
Yeah.
and just watching guys on motorcycles going like over 200 miles an hour.
Knee is like a centimeter off the ground on those things. It's crazy.
Yeah. And they, I don't know, they have like airbags and shit when they let go somehow. Like, I saw one race, this guy he won the race and he just went like, he was all excited and he set off his fucking airbag.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like he doesn't get like a big Michelin guy, but like they're already like stiff pumped. Suits. Yeah. So then it becomes like difficult, I think, more difficult to ride the bike.
Jesus.
But yeah, good times. I like this guy. Let him bring their coolers, you fucking cheap cunts. How much money do you have to make? Your yacht's not big enough? Let me find out who the fuck you are. I'll fuck your mother in the ass. Show some respect for race fans. That's what I love, how much he was cursing.
Yeah, shows some motherfucking respect.
I will cunt punch your grandmother. Show some respect. Appreciate us race fans.
All right, guys. Well, I don't know if there's any tickets left.
I will diddle your goddamn dog in front of your children.
Respect me.
Respect us, race fans, you motherfucker. I'll kill your dog and put it in your cooler. How about that?
If you disrespect me, I'll suck your dog's dick off, too. All right. Bill Burr.
In front of the cat. Let you deal with the ramifications.
You are back on tour. I don't know if there's
without a fucking cooler.
BillBurr.com/events. He's going to a bunch of major markets.
I ain't going to none of them events. They ain't bring no fucking cooler.
I don't see no Texas dates. You said fuck Texas from this cooler band
There's too many comedians out there. I can't get a date.
See Bill live. Check out his podcasts. And dude, thank you for making this trip over here.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too. All right.
We are loving this new Bill.
Such a creep. Bye, Christina.
Bye, Christina.
Tom, if this doesn't get your scrum licked, nothing will. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum tonight. It's gonna be so fun, chowing down on my scrum. Tongue is inside my bum. The night has just begun for you. Now baby, while we're young, get down there and give me some. Baby girl, you're the one. I'm gonna come all over you. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum tonight. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum. I swear we'll have some fun if you just eat my scrum tonight.
Hi, thank you for watching that episode of Your Mom's House. Please continue to watch more. You can see all these where my hand's gesturing. You can click on those. And please subscribe if you have not yet. Hit the subscribe button, and then we'll get your money.